Hi guys, and we're back to playing PSO. Now, as you may have recalled last time, we helped Dawn off. Well, he died. So we have two more quests left. We have Doc's Secret Plan and Seek My Master. Now, Doc's Secret Plan is a quest required to unlock one last quest, one that is needed for the Soul Eater. So, I'll be doing that. So, Doc's Secret Plan, Dr. Montague is a renowned scientist in biotechnology. He needs help. Okay, so it's by Montague himself, and he needs someone to test his prototype weapon. Let's go do it. Flade, I heard about you from Illinois. I'm Giancarlo Montague, a scientist. Please, call me Gene. Simply speaking, I'm a scientist. I've been studying Regal's life forms. The consuls begged me to. Even the monster and machines underneath. By the way, why are officers so paranoid? I don't like it. Don't bring the animals back here. Don't go to Regal. Don't! So, like I'll do! I want to try an experiment, but the consul must not know. As you can see, I'm a force. But I am also a blacksmith. I created a weapon based on the data I collected from Regal. I want you to test the prototype. Eleanor said you were reliable. It's very simple. All you have to do is kill monsters with it. You can bring Eleanor with you. She will give you more information. Everything clear? It'll be fun. Hello, Flade. I'm glad to see you again. Oh, let me inform you about the experiment. The experiment should be done in the ancient ruins. I already placed the test devices on a certain floor. Flade, you need to kill monsters at these locations. The test device record data and also absorb biophoton energy. I placed 3 devices on the floor. Don't forget to bring the test devices back after the battles. And here she goes. Put some in me. Are you ready? Let's start. So Eleanor is not that bad of a level. Typical ranger. She should be killing harder enemies than the ruins though. Okay, so we have to find 3 test devices. Shouldn't be that hard, right? It's on a certain floor, even though she didn't tell me so. Thanks a lot, Eleanor. Okay. So actually, this is test area 1, so this is a relatively short quest, believe me. Okay, so here's the first test area right here. Test device, activate. Watch out, monsters are approaching. Now this is a pretty good grinding area, too. I mean, well, I wouldn't say good, but it's fairly decent. And she's got herself a huge weapon. You may have not seen it before, but it is the launch type weapons. Pretty much it acts like a huge bullet shooting out from a bazooka or whatever. And it has a relatively short range. Well, actually no, the range is pretty far, but does a little splash damage too to enemies around it, more like around the back. Now last time I didn't even mention Del Sabers here. Probably, as I mentioned before, one of the most enemies here. I mean, it might seem like I'm taking these guys easily, but let me show you an example. Like, you get close enough and with a melee weapon, then they might, I don't know, kind of repel your attacks. Not really repel. They block it, I should say, with their shields. And once they absorb enough energy, it seems, then they will absolutely demolish you. It'll hurt it, let me say. Like, those enemies are quite annoying. Okay, so we got the first test device. Now we're moving on to number 2, which is right over here. There should be some traps here, so let's be careful. Or maybe not. Oh, yeah, I was right. I know the runes too well, so leave it to the experts. You see, I do these things so you don't have to. Oh, and we forgot one switch right over there, so we're gonna have to go back. Now on the opposite side, there are also traps, so just be careful. So yes, you've basically seen all the enemies in the ruins. pretty much the toughest badass, then the most annoying one first. Okay. Now there are traps here, so I'm just gonna hold my menu right here. And you don't have to worry about Eleanor, because for some reason traps don't hurt NPCs. That's rather weird, if you ask me. Oh, forgot about that one though. Okay. So we're moving back on. And I guess we'll hit that switch, grab some goodies there. So we'll do that. Hopefully we'll get something nifty, something very useful. No, what should I feed my mag in the meantime? I guess that. It's approaching level 50 slowly, which is the 3rd evolution, so that's actually good news. Get your final photon blast, if any at all. Sometimes you don't, sadly. And we have a Gigash. I'm not sure if I showed you that. If I did, then it was probably a long time ago, but 2nd form or level of a sword. But since I like my Havoc Partisan with 25% hit, I think I will go with that. Not to mention once I get the Soul Eater, then I'll be sticking with that for a while. Alright, so we're approaching the 2nd test room here. It shouldn't be that hard. Oh, or maybe it isn't. Nope, I'm reading the map wrong here. My bad. Oh, you got knocked down. Yes, these are tough cookies. Taking down level 27? Uh-oh. Oh, it's just a poison trap. Well, I shall not fear. I shall use Untie. Okay, now this is the 2nd test room. My bad, and I didn't mean to cast a firewall on the invisible wall there. But whatever happens, happens. Alright, and we'll engage the monsters. So we have 2 Bolt Claws here. Let me show you what happens when you let these guys get to you. Assuming Eleanor stops. Okay. Look at that massive experience right there. Really easy. Oh yes, bulks are also the primary enemy, so if they die, then... Oh man, somebody's calling me. Oh well. You'll have to wait. I'll just say I'm in the shower or something. But as I was saying, the bulks are the primary enemy of the whole group, so if they die, then new enemies will spawn, if they're the last enemy in the whole spawn itself. And we're getting a lot of Chaos Sorcerers here, so... Eesh. Okay, so let's get some more experience here. I mean, it's only 24 more, but yeah, it's like killing 1 more enemy. But if this were in the later difficulties, it would be like killing 4 more enemies. Oh, jeez. And, okay, we've got the data for this area. This machine? It says it changes the nature of photon energy? Sorry, I don't know. I don't have enough info. But it said that most enemies on Regal are affected by 1 type of photon. Yeah, photon that kicks ass. Okay, well, moving on. Hopefully that person leaves me a voicemail. I'll be hanging out with them later today, playing some Beam and I games. I was there yesterday. The dorm is absolutely nice. And we got Foy, level 4. Hey, guess who doesn't use Foy? Alright, and we're here in the final test room. It's a big waterfall, a big crater. And device is activated. Be careful. And I could use my gun if I wanted to handle the Del Saber more easily, but I don't think that's necessary. Take out the claws simultaneously. Oh, and I was in the wrong menu. Whoops. Switching to my brand. I think I heard another Chaos Orc. I was right. Jesus. Yeah, as I mentioned before, it has 3 attacks. Ray Foy, G-Barta, and Resta. Resta isn't that lethal, obviously. It just heals it and enemies around it. But Ray Foy, especially on normal modes, that can be a little bit devastating. G-Barta, for obvious reasons, it can freeze you, and if you're surrounded, then chances are you're dead. Unless you have the great defense for it.